Good afternoon. Welcome to the Horse with No Name podcast. This is Zach Freeman, joined as always by Tyler Greenlee. Happy Thursday, everyone. This has been a big week at Lancaster Bible College as we've celebrated 3 senior nights, one more tomorrow, and then one on Saturday after the cross-country race here. Speaking of that, the 2018 NEAC Cross Country Championships will be held at Lancaster Bible College this Saturday. The women's race at 10 a.m., the men's race at 11. The LBC field hockey team will be wrapping up its regular season on Saturday afternoon. They'll play Sweetbriar both on Friday afternoon at 4 and Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock as the other fall teams prepare for the NEAC playoffs as well. A little different lineup this week. We're going to have Lancaster Bible head cross-country coach Ryan Gehman as well as star runner Tanner Krob come and join us here in just a few moments. They are getting ready for practice, and they're going to sort of join us the old Mr. Rogers way. We're going to have a knock at the door, and it's not going to be the mailman. It's going to be Ryan and Tanner. A little old for you? No? Did you watch Mr. Rogers?
I did. All I really remember is that little trolley that used to come through.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Daniel Tiger is on now. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay. I am.
Who's Daniel? Is that the new Mr. Rogers? Is that what you're saying?
He was a part of Mr. Rogers. He was in like the land where the trolley would go. Oh. So the trolley picks Daniel
With
up.
The scary puppets.
Right. It's not a puppet now. It's a cartoon. And the trolley picks Daniel up and takes him to various spots.
Back in my day, there was the scary puppets. Yeah.
So. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So that's Daniel Tiger. Okay. That was not part of the planned podcast, but there you go. We'll have my sons on sometime, and we'll do a real deep dive into Daniel Tiger. That'll fill an easy 40 minutes. So a little bit different. So we'll have Ryan and Tanner come join us here in a little while. For now, a little quick recap. The LBC field hockey team lost to Cuca last Thursday to cap NEAC play. Again, they'll finish their inaugural season back this weekend with games against Sweetbriar both on Friday and Saturday. They'll honor the seniors on Friday afternoon. Nicolette Statuti and Erica Cullum will be honored prior to the game. Some great field hockey news, though, as freshman Blessing Bowman was named to the NEAC Field Hockey All-Conference first team yesterday, becoming the first player to earn NEAC honors in the program's history. So excited to watch the final 2 field hockey games of the season this weekend. Unfortunately, I don't know about the weather while we watch those final 2 games of the regular season, but excited for them, excited for Blessing, and excited and hopeful that maybe they can get the first win this weekend. They played Sweetbriar earlier this year and lost 3-1. So hoping for good stuff this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a fun weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully the weather holds off. That'd be great. It's not going to, but you know, miracles happen. So
that's true.
We'll see.
Our favorite indoor sports, women's volleyball. The Chargers split NEAC matches last weekend up in Morrisville. They defeated Cazenovia before falling to Morrisville State. So with a loss to Morrisville State, the Chargers will be the 2nd seed, assuming they win on this Saturday against St. Elizabeth. They'll be the 2nd seed in next weekend's NEAC playoffs. That means they will not have to play a NEAC quarterfinal match, and they will await a NEAC quarterfinal winner in the semifinals. They'll be the 2nd semifinal on that Saturday the 3rd, so they will play at 2 o'clock up in Morrisville, New York. They did defeat Marywood this past Tuesday on senior night, honored 5 seniors prior to that match. 9 home wins this season for the Chargers. They were 9-1. 4 other times in program history, the Chargers have won 9 matches at home, 1987, 2002, and 2003. This is the best winning percentage, though, however. They've never gone 9-1 before. And they now have 19 wins this season, 19-7, and that ties a program record with the 2014 team. So 1 win on Saturday. They'll play twice. They play St. Elizabeth and then Misericordia. A win in one of those matches will give them 20, and they'll be the first women's volleyball program in LBC history ever to win 20 matches. So we've seen a lot of volleyball this season, Tyler. I think that they're still in a good spot, and I thought they played really well on Tuesday night.
I agree, and they're just a fun team to watch too. Just I wasn't able to be at the game on Tuesday night, and I was a little bit disappointed. You know, it's like, you know, usually when you get off a night of work, you're like, okay, sweet, but like, you know, you want to come and watch this team play. It's a lot of fun to see them play, and just the camaraderie they have on the court. It's encouraging to see. So yeah, definitely.
Agreed. Major culture change with the volleyball program this year, and like Tyler said, it's been fun to watch. And again, it's sort of, I don't know if sad's the word, but it's disappointing, I guess, maybe, that not that they're not hosting, that's fine, but like that we don't get to see them play again. But it's the final week of the regular season, so I guess that makes sense. But you know, it's kind of it's a team we've enjoyed watching throughout the season for sure. So The LBC women's soccer team wrapped up their regular season last evening. They defeated Guyette 7-0. The Chargers wrap up the regular season with a 7-6-2 overall record and a 6-3-2 mark in NEAC play. They'll be the 5th seed in the NEAC playoffs. Currently on pace to play Cazenovia, but it could be Penn College depending on how the weekend shakes out. All the rest of the NEAC teams finish up conference play on Saturday. The Chargers will be playing on Tuesday the 30th. At a location to be determined. It will either be Cazenovia or Penn College. Last night, Maddie Dion celebrating senior night, becoming the 16th player in program history to record a hat trick in a game. I'm a statistician on my side job when I'm not doing podcasts. I'm a statistician. First 77 games of her career, 3 goals. First 46 minutes last night, 3 goals. So I enjoyed that one. So it was cool to see her as well as Michaela Landis, Katie Whitwer, and Kirsten Hatch celebrate senior night. I feel old when I say things like this, but like I can't believe they're seniors. Like I feel like Kirsten and Maddie and Michaela just bopping in here as freshmen, getting ready to play, and like senior nights last night. Yep. It's just sort of. I mean, I don't know. I know how it goes, but it's just sort of weird.
Yeah, it was cool, and they all played really well, which is fun to see. You know. But yeah, Maddie scoring a hat trick was pretty awesome to watch.
It was nice. It was great. And
definitely on senior night. That's what you like. That's like what they make movies out of. You
that's
know?
Right.
So.
That's right. Are you gonna get an at bat on senior day this year?
We'll see. I'm working on coach about that.
How many
at
bats do you have? Have you batted?
I am.
Sorry, I know I should know this.
Career stats. This is great. Okay.
I just gave
career
you one.
stats. 4 for 6.
Oh.
1 home run.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm a PO. So we'll see how. I don't know why.
You don't know why you're a pitcher only?
I mean, I'm not a great
I don't
hitter.
mean to be that guy.
Don't even
you
say
didn't
it.
drop the name of the opponent in those 6 at bats. I don't even want to know. That's okay. Anyway,
go there.
No.
And the home run was at Polo Grounds in
down
in Myrtle Beach, which is like 200 feet over the fence. So we're not going to go there though.
I didn't say about the dimensions. I mentioned. Okay, anyway, good. And the men's soccer team, they defeated Guyette 3-2 last night. Another senior, Tony Gehman, had the game of his collegiate career. Came in last night with a goal and no assists in his collegiate career. Had a goal and 2 assists in the first 45 minutes. So a night of sort of weird statistical things, good weird statistical things, because we got 2 wins. But yeah, he had a goal and 2 assists, converted a PK. Steven Sadaraga and Joel Hughes also scored for the Chargers. They are 9-2 in conference play. They're 10-6-1 overall. They are the 2nd seed as well in the NEAC playoffs. So again, they will not play a NEAC quarterfinal, and they will hang out after tonight's regular season finale against Del Val. They'll hang out until November 3rd and wait to see who they play. Those semifinals and final will be down in Abington. Penn State Abington is the top seed in the men's soccer NEAC playoffs. Again, we'll have to wait and see who the Chargers play. But another team that I think is peaking at the right time. We talk a lot about that in basketball, where you'll exchange a loss in November or December if the team's playing better in late January, early February. I think that may have happened with the men's soccer team, where you look at like the middle of September and you're, I don't know if I like that loss. And now you see how they're playing and how they've adjusted both on and off the field. And you think, okay, I can deal with that loss now because they're playing really well now. And not that they're beating teams they shouldn't necessarily, but I think they're playing as a team very well in all 3 tiers of the field. I like the defense. I think the midfield is terrific. Yeah. And I think you'd always say you'd love to score more goals, but I think they're getting contributions from just who they need to be getting them from, and now they're getting healthy. Rama dressed last night. Right. I have good information that he's going to play tonight for a little while. Good. And, I think they're still battling some injuries because it's the end of October, but I'm excited to see what could happen. No predictions here, but they're playing well. Definitely playing well.
And they finally are starting to win these closer games too. We talked about that a little earlier, how those games weren't quite going their way. Now we're starting to see, okay, well, hey, man, now we got a penalty kick here. Just a ball bouncing our direction now. It was cool, yeah. And great, again, to see Tony play well last night. Tony's one of my friends. And it was good to see him play well and on his senior night. So, yeah.
And I will just say that we give us some credit for last week's podcast. I had to go back in my notes here. We talked about their 1-goal game record last weekend. You know what the scores were of Cazenovia and Morrisville? 1-0 and 2-1. And we won them both. And last night, 3-2. Yeah. We're on a roll here.
I think you might be a prophet. I'm not sure.
No, I wouldn't go right to that. But maybe about men's soccer.
Maybe, possibly.
That
might be a niche somewhere. I don't know.
That's right. So it's great, and happy for Tommy and the guys, and excited to see what can happen for them down the road here.
For sure.
We're going to get to cross country. Again, the 2018 NEAC Cross Country Championships are here. Just some housekeeping. Head baseball coach and I, Frank DeFilippo, we went out and toured the course yesterday using the GoPro and the Gator, and we got a nice little preview put together by our student worker, JJ Poteet, and got a nice little 10 and a half minute video of the course, what runners can expect on Saturday. It is not going to be as sunny on Saturday as it was in the video. We'll have put out a PDF of the program for the weekend here coming up, and then we also will have video on Saturday of the start-finish line. Tyler might be taking one for the team on the back of the Gator with the GoPro, filming the front of the pack. Yeah. And we'll try to have some people set up along the course for live video as well and post that to Twitter at LBC Athletics. And again, the women's race at 10 and the men's race at 11. So looking forward to it. It should be a fun weekend, and I'm excited to talk to Ryan and Tanner when they show up here in just a few moments. Before they do, we'll get to our top 5.
Yep. Before we get to that, though,
go ahead.
I got to point out your socks right now.
Oh,
they are fire. I mean, I think you're trying to one-up my little Pelican shirt I wear.
No, I have navy. This is terrible radio, but I have navy blue pants on, and I needed socks that matched with the brown.
What he's got on? He's got on these navy blue
lobsters?
socks, and they are lobsters, and they are fire. Yeah, I think we need to take a picture of these one time.
Okay,
yeah, I'm not sure.
Thank you. I'm just trying to up the sock game.
Yeah,
it's season now.
Well, you did. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I'll see what else I can get.
Yeah. Okay. So top 5.
Top 5.
We're going with top 5 Halloween candies.
There you go. So
and I'm gonna put out a little precursor here.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, this wasn't top 5 candies that you necessarily like of all time. They're like that you get on Halloween.
Sure.
They're the top 5 candies that you would get on Halloween.
Agreed.
Okay.
And this is not. I mean, so when you're growing up, if you get to a house and they hand out the full size bar, this is the house that like you're telling your parents, like, by the way, I'm moving to the house
full size crackle. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
What was that?
The full size crackle. I love crackle. Oh crap.
Hold on, we're getting to crackle in a second.
All right.
No, but when I think of Halloween candy, I'm all fun size, not bite size. Those cheapskates who give out the give out the bite size. No. Go get yourself a fun size bar. And let's go.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Nothing tastes as good, I think.
I honestly
because you don't feel like oh, I just had a candy bar. Like you feel like that was good. I can have another one of those. I mean, it turns into a full candy bar after you've had 4, but you don't feel like you had a full candy bar.
And I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't really go trick or treating too often when I was a kid. So I'm going mostly based off of movies and like church fall parties. So
what's the thing
that's what we're
called
going
when you go to the parking lot and everyone opens their trunk? What's
fall bash?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos.
Trunk or treat or something like that. I don't remember. Okay. Do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
I can go. That's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so number 5 on my list, I have Smarties.
Okay, I like that.
And I'm not sure if you've ever noticed when you eat a Smartie before, why I put this on there. You get a little bit of it's a little refreshing afterwards, you know? It's almost like you took a drink of water.
Is there a certain color that does that, or is it just?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just something I noticed.
Okay.
Like thinking back over the times I've eaten Smarties in my life.
Okay.
So we got number 4 Snickers bar. They're just the solid all time. You know, they got the peanut butter, you got the chocolate. Everything just goes together perfectly.
Okay.
As the buzzer goes off in the background.
Right.
Guess that wasn't a good answer. Number 3, we're going with the little double bubbles.
Nice.
With the blue and yellow wrapping on it.
How long can you chew double bubble?
Like 5 minutes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But that's always something I would get. We're going with, this is kind of an old lady pick. But I'm going with the Werther's Caramel.
Oh, my word.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do,
yeah,
and that's a good description of what that candy is.
Yeah, that's what I get sometimes on Halloween. And then number 1 overall, I'm going to go with Reese's.
Pieces or peanut butter cups?
The peanut butter cup.
Okay.
But first off, when you get that, you can't eat it right away because you got to go home and stick it in the freezer and wait.
All the time or just some of the time?
I go all the time because I think they're so much better when they're frozen. My mom taught me that one, so shout out to my mom.
I don't disagree. I'm just sometimes it's just okay to. So Tanner and Ryan have joined us. We're doing so we have a top 5 every single podcast. This week's is top 5 Halloween candies because it's Halloween. I'll let you guys give it. What's your favorite Halloween candy? Ryan, do you eat candy?
I don't really eat candy.
Yeah, I know. Tanner, you can tell Ryan to close his ears.
Probably a big Twix fan.
Twix fan.
Oh, I forgot Twix.
Right now, and we gave the prerequisite of Halloween candy being Fun size. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Perfect size.
So I'll
Yeah.
run through mine quick since Ryan and Tanner are here. Number 5 is Skittles for me.
Okay.
I like Skittles to begin with, but a nice little fun size pack. I have Snickers at number 4 too. Again, bite size. A full Snickers bar, it's a lot for me now.
I still like the full size,
Okay.
but it's you do you.
Number 3, Crackle. That's where we're getting to Crackle.
Okay.
So good. And
Yeah.
Mr. Goodbar too, but Crackle's better.
Right.
Number 2 is the Peanut Butter Cup for me. The only problem is I noticed this last week because I took some from my son's bag that he got from his aunt. If it's mixed in with other things, it takes on the flavor
It
of the
does.
other things really quickly.
Yeah, and they go stale kind of fast too
Right.
sometimes.
So, nay on the mixing, yes on
Yeah,
the single.
I agree.
Number 1 for me is a Nestle Crunch. Fun size. 2 bites, gone, good.
Perfect.
We'll stop there. Okay, good. So we are joined by head Crest Crunchy coach Ryan Gehman as well as senior Tanner Krob. I want to thank you guys for joining us. If you guys, when you talk, I know this is kind of weird, put the microphone like right in front of your face, just so you know, just so they can hear you right. So again, the Chargers will host the 2018 NEAC Cross Country Championships this weekend here on campus, and the women's race will be at 10, the men's race at 11. Ryan, we've talked a lot this season, before the season, just about how you prepare your teams for this weekend specifically. And as the season goes on, you kind of have a preparation as the season goes on. And so I kind of know about it, but talk to me about how you prepare the team, not just over the past week or 2 weeks for this race, but how it's kind of been a grind from the first practice in August to get to Saturday.
Yeah, so preparation actually for cross country, the key and goal being like focusing everything on peaking and being in your best performance come postseason started at the beginning of summer with summer mileage. Each season is kind of divided up into 4 sections. So you have like the first phase of just reminding your body what it's like to run, getting a little mileage back in your legs. Then the second phase is you're building your volume, getting a little speed and turnover work back in. And then phase 3 starts at preseason when people come, and that's like specified interval work specific to the distance you are racing. So for guys, that would be 8 kilometers. And then phase 4, which is what we're in right now, is like the peaking phase where we do a lot of tempo and threshold work, longer volume, stuff that is strength-based. Because we already have the speed, we're already fit, now we're just like making our fitness and our strength even greater. And in terms of like this week, we did an easy workout on Tuesday, and then it's just 3 easy days before the race, so they'll be well rested and ready to go.
For those who don't run cross country, me, Tyler,
Me.
What's an easy day? Because I think people are going to be shocked.
A typical easy day is 7 to 9 miles, and then something called strides.
Look at my shocked face, Tyler. You're enjoying all of this?
Strides, which is like anywhere from 8 to 12 100-meter runouts at a faster pace. It's basically your best relaxed pace that you can run.
It's awesome. It's
You say
awesome.
7 miles is an easy day, right? That's what you said?
That's what
We
I
just ran
said,
6
yeah.
miles yesterday morning for baseball, and I'm like dead. I'm so tired.
Oh, that's great.
That's funny.
So, Ryan, describe the course. So, again, we mentioned that we have a quick little video preview of the course and what runners can expect. I informed the viewers who may go look at that it's not going to be sunny on Saturday. So the video,
the weather is not looking promising.
the
for
video
us.
that they're looking at is not. It's kind of what they're going to see, but grayer. So describe the course. Then with the weather, it's going to rain a lot. Hopefully more Friday than Saturday, but who knows? What are your concerns, if any? Maybe not for the runners so much as just the course and how it may or may not be like it looks right now.
Yeah. So the good news is it hasn't rained in a while. So right now the course is dry and looks really good. So depending on how much rain we get Friday night, hopefully, even though it'll be wet, the course won't be like a complete mud pit. It's for the men, it's 2 loops around the big fields, and then they go up to the front of campus by Eden Road along the bike path as well. It's a lot of like long, slow uphills and downhills. So at points the course can be like deceptively slow, but it looks good. I was out there today. We got the groundhog holes filled in, stuff like bricks in there first so that they can't get out, hopefully.
Oh, they're getting out, but that's okay.
They're not getting out before Saturday.
Okay,
That's
there you go,
the
there you
that's the
go.
plan.
Okay, good.
But no, the course is in good shape right now, and we're just hoping the weather cooperates enough that it's not going to be too difficult to maneuver on Saturday.
Nice.
But this is cross country, so everything goes.
That's right. I like that. I like to hear that. Tanner, I'll switch over to you here. So you won last season, for those at home who aren't following. Yeah, that's right. And you seem to have run better in each of your first 3 years. You've got company now at the top with your brother Thatcher and Ebenezer. What does a runner have to do to be ready for this race? Coach Gehman just talked about, prepping you for the different seasons of running life, as it were, as a collegiate runner. But what do you mentally, whether it's last week getting into this week mode or whatever it may be, where you're just like, okay, the NEAC championships are finally here. It's been circled on the calendar, 11 o'clock. Here we go.
Yeah, well, for me, it's kind of like what Coach was talking about, those summer miles over and over again, the monotony of pounding out those miles by yourself during the summer, and then all the runs and all the workouts during the season. It kind of culminates in these last 2 races, so NEACs and the regionals in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But the thing I like about these 2 is it's fun. We're rested, our legs are sharp, we're strong, and it's good that we've had so much good work through the year, getting fast miles on our legs, getting a lot of miles on our legs. Mm-hmm. So here you just kind of have to trust in your training, essentially. And for me, that's all the mental preparation I need. It's kind of like a basketball player. They're not going to go out and go to the final game of the season without taking thousands and thousands of shots.
Right. That's something I wanted to ask you too. So like on race day, you see other sports like basketball, volleyball. They have their teammates like right there with them, and they're able to kind of encourage them to get to that next point or whatever. What do you do with your teammates, either on the course or before? Like, what does that look like as far as or is it even like by yourself? You just have to have that mental toughness of pushing, because I mean, running 9 miles or 8 miles can't be just like a breeze like that. You gotta. So what does that look like? Yeah,
well, the thing about the cross country, it is kind of weird because it's a team sport in one sense and then an individual sport in another. So it's definitely not like most sports out there. So it's kind of hard to quantify that relationship out on the course. But honestly, what you have to do is, since you're running with these guys throughout the season, hours and hours, over and over again, you kind of develop a relationship. You build trust with them. And so that's what you're thinking about out on the course. Gotcha. You're thinking, my teammates are going to put it all out there for the team, and I'm going to have to do the same. So even if I can't like sub out or not going to pass the ball to each other, right, we're all in this together. So you just got to embrace the pain for them. So it kind of becomes less of a selfish run in a sense. Definitely there's not that it's bad, but also becomes a little selfless for your team.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Embrace the pain that could be on a t-shirt or something like that.
I think it's on a lot of t-shirts.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
Beat you to it, Taj.
Yeah. I'm not very creative, so.
Come on. So Tanner, along those same lines, I know that head coach Ryan Gehman here has studied some of the other teams, probably given you a few names to look out for, but you can't really do anything about that. Like, there's no tripping and things like that. I mean, you can box in and do different things like that. I got it. Yeah, sharpen those elbows. And then you can prepare for the course. Obviously, you've run this course. I feel safe about hundreds of times. I feel good about that number. But do you prepare for an opponent? Do you prepare for the course? Are you just focused on yourself? Like Tyler is a pitcher. We just talked before we came on. Like, he's going to look at the batting averages of certain guys, how they hit right-handers, because he's a right-hander, or maybe he happens to know what they like or don't like pitching-wise, or where they need to hit out of the end, or what the situation is. Whereas they're going to shoot the gun off at 11, and we hope to see in about 25, 26 minutes. So how do you prepare for what you're going to do on Saturday in terms of an opponent, the course, the weather, the day, how you're feeling? How does that all mix together?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest portion of it for myself is personal. I think there's definitely a part of knowing who you have to race and who you have to beat. Because if you go out there with an expectation of just running by yourself and winning every time, that's not going to happen. It's not going to come to fruition. So you have to know who your challengers are, and being able to pace yourself against them and say, like, I need to beat this guy to do what I need to do for the team. That's very important. The course, weather, that's kind of is what it is. Like, you can't really control that.
Does that bother you? So it's going to, I mean, and you don't need to answer like very truthfully. If you really don't like rain, don't answer. Just nod at me. But like, does it bother? Like, are you like, hey, if it's 50 and sunny, I'm the man. I'm ready to go. Or if it's below 60, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, yeah, like we all have our personal preference for
Okay.
weather. Mine's probably doesn't involve rain, but that's
Yeah.
the joy of cross country.
No, it's
we
awesome.
get to go out and run in the rain.
I love it. It's
My
awesome.
mom texted me earlier today, and she was like, "Do they cancel for anything besides lightning?" I was like, "No, they do not."
Yeah, I think my wife asked me the same thing. She said, Saturday morning. I was like, I'm at work. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's cross country. They're running.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then and for me, like I said, the emphasis during this week is more my mental preparation.
Yep.
Everybody has their own little thing. I like to go watch some fight scenes from Rocky on YouTube.
Oh, I dig it.
Have a
Tyler's into
a
that.
banging
Philly guy, I
playlist.
like
Yeah.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Just
great. How long? And we'll just keep going here for a second. So you listen to music,
Yeah.
and if you want to drop a few playlists, you can. If not, how long do you listen? Like, so when does Ryan make you take it out at some point, or like do you feel like if I can get this till like 10, I'm good? Or
Well, usually we'll drop it right before the women's race starts.
Okay.
And then it's as a team we're getting warmed up.
okay,
But all before then, probably from like 5:30 in the morning till then, I'm jamming out,
Nice.
kind of eating breakfast, all that
what's
kind of
what's for
stuff.
breakfast Saturday morning?
Oatmeal and coffee,
Nice.
black.
Oh,
Yeah.
see? I'm a little cream yet, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to get there.
I tried it, black coffee once. and
Gagged.
I
Gagged.
wanted
It was
that
no
to
good.
get- no, it's too
Big
bitter.
sugar guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hence the running 8 miles is no good for you. Got it. Putting the pieces together. So Tanner, you can go first, then Ryan, and you don't need to give me like the play-by-play
Yeah.
for the race or anything. But what are your expectations? I'll just spout it off that I think we're good.
Yeah,
I think we have 6 strong, 7, 8. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready to tell you that we're going to have a really good day on Saturday. Whatever the weather holds, I think we're good either way.
Yep.
But I mean, as a team, and you don't have to give any trade secrets here,
Mhm.
but what are your expectations for Saturday?
Well, my first expectation above all else is that everybody goes out and gives their hardest. If anybody ends the race and they're like kind of joking around, smile on their face, I was like, you didn't give enough. So I want to see everybody lying on the ground, arms above their head, gasping for air. Maybe not that. That's a little dramatic, but
As
you
someone
get
who
the
stood at the
idea.
finish line for the Charge Invitational, there are plenty of those
Oh,
who are
yes.
gasping for air
Yeah.
at the end. By the way,
Yeah. We don't. I don't want you to be able to barely walk once you're done.
nice.
And then second off, obviously any goal of any team is to win.
Sure.
To win a race. So, the first and foremost, that's our goal tomorrow or Saturday. Sorry, it's
Good.
Thursday.
It's great, Ryan.
Yeah, like TJ said, I expect everyone to give their best at this race, but I think we're set up really well to take the conference title as a team. And outside of that, I won 6 all-conference awards, and I think Ebenezer has a great shot at being the Rookie Athlete of the Year and taking the whole thing individually. So those would be the goals I have outside of the team win. But like Zach said, I think we're stacked up to have a good day, and I'm excited. I know the guys are excited, and can't wait to see the turnout.
And so I should probably know this as the person who's or helping host. But what's the kid from SUNY Cobblesville? What's his name? Just so people can, if they're here on Saturday, can watch out for him too. He's a very good runner.
His name is Dylan.
Dylan. Okay, very good. So, and the last names I forget, but he's a very good runner as well. Him and Ebenezer have kind of split a lot of the weekly awards for the NEAC this year, and it's going to be a good race. I'm excited to see how we can fare against him and the other team. SUNY Poly was here for our Charger Invitational. They beat us by 2 points. That'll be an exciting race, I think.
Not this time.
I think the women's race will be good too. I think there's a lot of good runners on the women's side, both individually and team-wise as well. So both races are going to be good on Saturday. I want to thank Tanner and Ryan for stopping by. Again, NEAC Cross Country Championships will be this Saturday, 10 and 11. Other housekeeping, we're going to have basketball rosters and everything posted next week. The NEAC playoffs will be next fall. For this fall will be next week. And field hockey will be ending this weekend at the Donald H. Funk Field on Friday and Saturday. Do you want to talk about Midnight Madness really quick, Tyler?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show, guys. We appreciate it. Hey, anyway, Midnight Madness tonight. We have first 200 people that show up. I think it starts at 10. So first 200 people that show up get a free T-shirt. So make sure you get here early for that. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on. If you get here early, there's going to be some long games going on. You get some free food. And we have a student dunk contest. I think we might have a student three-point contest. Don't quote me on that. If not, we're having a player three-point contest. But it's just a good time. Come out and meet the teams. Just good time to get to know each other as a student section and student body. And so, yeah, come on out. Have a good time.
I like it. I'm sure there'll be people posting stuff to Instagram and Twitter and things like that, so you can keep your eye out for that for the dunks and 3-pointers. And I saw they have the student dunk net outside, so I'll have to see.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
See if that makes it another year. That thing's as old as the hills, so we'll have to see if it makes it.
I haven't been. I don't think I've been at the last 2 because I've had. Wow.
That's a lot of screaming in the gym. It's a lot of
Little screaming in the gym going on. No, I don't think I've been at the last 2. Just I've had some like family stuff going on.
Nice.
But my freshman year, we had Jacob Schenk out there dressed up like a Ninja Turtle doing some dunk contests. So so we'll see if we can get him to break that out again tonight.
Go.
So that'll be interesting. So look out for that. Be on the lookout for that.
Awesome.
But yeah, show up. It'll be a good time. Just nice and relaxed.
Awesome. So, again, that's tonight, Midnight Madness, just prior to midnight. And you can join us tomorrow at 4 o'clock here on the Chargers Sports Network for field hockey action. And, in fact, join us a few minutes before that as we have Senior Day to honor Nicolette Statuti and Erica Cullum, the seniors on the field hockey team, as they face off against the Vixens of Sweetbriar at 4 o'clock. And then, of course, Saturday morning for cross country and Saturday afternoon for field hockey. Again, I want to thank Ryan and Tanner for coming by. And, as always, Tyler for helping. And we'll see you tomorrow for field hockey. And thanks for joining us today on the Chargers Sports Network. This has been Zach Freeman. Go Chargers, go.